Hello, guys. It's just about that time that I get to bug you again. Only on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let me enjoy it. So, I didn't mention this in the chat because I wanted people to show up. Today will be Tough Tuesday, which means we're going to do a lot of strength focused, less of the flexibility component. That'll be saved more for Thursday. It's not going to be horrible and aggressive, and I'm going to turn down the heat first because I did crank this bad boy up to 70, and we're not doing hot yoga today. So let's not worry about that before it starts. However, today will be more of a strength. You can come in. Are you joining us? Okay. You don't have to take off your shoes if you don't want to, but you're good to go if you want to come in. So today will be that strength focused class, which that just means we're building on muscles. It's less stretching, it's less static movement, it's more flow based. If you've ever heard of cardio yoga, that's kind of what today will be. More Pilates focused, a lot of the pulsing, a lot of like the engaging your muscle groups. I will be indicating what muscle groups we should be feeling, we should be using at the time. If you're feeling pain in any other muscle group, stop what you're doing. You shouldn't be hurting at all. Nothing should be painful. It should feel activation. You should feel warmth. There should be a little bit of heat through that muscle there, but nothing should hurt. If you do get to that point, please take your own modification. Ask me for a modification. Push back into a child's pose, whatever feels comfortable for you. Let's make it safe here. Let's use modifications. Let's be happy. Today is strength day. Yay, Tuesday. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started on our knees. If the knees do hurt from you, feel free to sit on the block, just giving yourself a little bit of elevation there so you're not putting too much pressure on your knees. Or you can sit into a cross-legged position, feet forward, whatever's comfortable to you. The knee component isn't too important here. We're just going to start with a little breathing, hands overhead, reaching for the ceiling, looking for length through those fingertips, taking those little side bends. If you have a watch, start it. I always forget. You are so welcome. Just remembering to breathe here. Deep breaths in. On your next exhale, you're going to reach your hands forward, finding that wall in front of you, looking for length through your fingertips. Heading into our first flow, go ahead and reach behind, squeezing a pencil between your two scapula, reaching back forward and reaching behind. Should be feeling this in your upper thoracic area, behind your shoulder blades, in your shoulders. Remembering to breathe. Inhale, look for length. Exhale, squeeze, finding more depth. Just to warm up our shoulders a little bit today. We'll be doing a full body workout, so a lot of arms, a lot of shoulders, legs, and core at the very end. One more deep breath in. Last one, holding your hands behind you. We're going to take 8 little baby pulses, squeezing your scapula together as tight as you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Wrapping our arms in front of us. Remembering which arm is in front, which arm is in back, because we will be switching later. Bending side to side, if that feels comfortable. Still remembering to breathe. Exhale, bringing our arms to 90 and closing our chest in front of us. You should feel a little bit of pectoral activation and deltoid activation, just your shoulder region. Should be a little invisible force field between your palms that you're squeezing through in the front, and then squeezing your scapula together as you come into that 90. You can slow it down if you're looking for more control, trying to find better activation. Most important part's just to breathe. Should feel a little bit of a burn in your shoulders now. Staying strong and lifted through your core. for one more. As we come back together, we're going to wrap our arms in the other way. Looking for a little bit of stretch through those shoulders. Finding a break. One more deep breath in. If you're looking for more of a challenge, try to send your elbows a little bit further to the ceiling. Should feel more of a stretch through your serratus muscle, just below your armpit. One more deep breath in, sending your arms all the way up. Length through those fingertips. Exhale, bring them behind you, interlacing your fingers if you can. If you can't, just reach. Trying to lift your chest up to the ceiling. Take one big deep breath in. And exhale, we're going to lower down, finding that child's pose. As you exhale, go ahead and unhook your hands, gently walking them forward, letting yourself relax. If you're looking for a deeper hip stretch, go ahead and bring your knees further out on the mat. Taking this time to bring awareness to all four corners of your body. You might try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, feeling your forearms pressed into the mat, the rise and fall of your chest. You might try box breathing here, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. If you're looking for a bit more flow, feel free to rock your hips side to side as we prepare for this exercise. Letting go of any tension built up throughout the day. Taking one more deep breath in. On that exhale, we're going to push ourselves up, finding tabletop position. Again, we still want our shoulders stacked over our wrists, hips stacked over our knees, keeping a flat back. Here, we're just going to start doing our cat-cows. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arching that back. Should feel like there's a string tied to your belly button and somebody's pulling you up. Inhale, arch, expanding through your chest, lifting to the ceiling. Exhale, lift, squeezing your abdominals. Pushing through the heels of your palms. Doing this with your own breath at a pace that feels comfortable to you. We're going to go ahead and do this one more time. And on your next inhale, we're going to go into that extended cat-cow. If you remember, your hips are coming all the way down to the mat, like you're in a modified up dog position. Exhale, you're pushing back, finding child's pose. Inhale, flow forward, hips to mat. Exhale, push back, child's pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back, coming into tabletop position. From here, we're just taking our left hand, reaching forward in front of us, starting our next flow, bringing it all the way, wrapping behind our back or as close as we can. Inhale, forward, length through fingertips. Exhale, coming, wrapping around. Pushing through the heel of your right palm. Staying strong through our core. The only thing that should be moving is our arm. Warming up that left shoulder. For one more. Bring it all the way in front of us. Lifting. Bring our fingertips all the way through the ceiling. Looking for length, pushing through your right palm. Looking for a little bit of depth through this stretch. Expanding through your chest. And exhale, wrapping that left arm all the way through, threading the needle. As you exhale, slowly trying to walk your fingertips further to the right. Remembering to breathe. Taking one more deep breath in. On your next exhale, you're going to push all the way up. Kicking your right leg so it's pointing to the side. Lifting to your left leg straight, pushing through the heel of your right palm. You can either lift your left hand here or put it on your hip. We're going to bring that left leg up, engaging through your left glute, pushing through your right knee. If it feels comfortable to you, feel free to come all the way down onto that forearm if your arm is starting to get tired, or use that block to prop yourself up here. Either or is okay. We're going to point our toes, swing forward, flex our toes, kick back. The only thing that should be moving is your leg. Should still stay strong through your core. Remembering to breathe, inhale, lift, exhale, kick back. This is very challenging for your glutes, but it does help for mobility through your hips and strengthening your hip flexors. One more, swinging all the way forward. Exhale, kicking back. Go ahead and take your left arm, reach up. A little bit of core workout here, bringing your elbow to your knee and expanding out again. Should feel a little bit of a burn through your glutes. That's okay. Trying to keep your core tight. For two more. And the last one, a little bit of a burnout. We're going to kick that leg all the way out. Come in for 6 baby pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lowering that leg all the way down. Feel free to come up to your knees. Wrap your right arm over. Reach your left arm back. Feel free to grab that block again and prop yourself up here to a half camel pose. Reaching through that right arm. Expanding through your right side body, slowly looking for length through your right fingertips. Deepening that stretch on every exhale. One more deep breath in. Exhale, coming all the way back. Finding that tabletop position one more time. It wouldn't be a class of mine if we didn't do bird dogs. So go ahead and grab those blocks if you do use them. If not, feel free to do it without. All of these movements you can do without a block. We're going to start with that left leg. So taking the block under your left palm, block under your right knee. Go ahead and start by kicking that right hand forward, that left leg back. Coming into a squeeze. Bringing elbow to knee. Remembering to breathe. Inhale, fingertips looking for length. Try not to shift your weight here. Should be feeling this in both glutes, more so your left glute. But if your right glute is looking for more support, should be feeling it there too. Squeezing your core for 2 more. Reach and crunching back in. Reach and crunching back in. Go ahead and lower your leg and your hand all the way down. Feel free to kick those blocks out of the way. We're going to go into some Pilates push-ups. If you don't remember what those were, you're going to kick your left leg back, straightening it all the way. Option to point your toes. Putting your wrists directly under your shoulders, pushing through the heels of your palm. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lowering down till your nose is almost touching the mat. Pushing through your chest and your triceps. You're going to come all the way back up. Staying strong through your core. Deep breath in as you lower. Exhale as you push up, letting your breath work for you. For 1 more. Lower, lifting all the way back up, bending that knee, coming into a scorpion tail pose. You're just going to pulse your leg up for 8 baby pulses. 1, 2, engaging that glute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, lowering all the way back down. Feel free to push back into a child's pose here. Remembering to breathe. Exhale, walking your hands all the way to the left, finding a nice stretch through your right side body. Slowly trying to walk your fingertips a little bit further. Exhale back to center, then walking all the way to the right. One more deep breath in. Exhale, we're coming all the way back to center, pushing up, finding that tabletop position. I'm going to mirror the same thing on the other side now. So when you're ready, go ahead and lift that right arm up, bringing it forward, twisting it all the way behind your back, increasing that mobility through your shoulder, finding a little bit of a workout in your back, staying slow and in control, remembering to breathe. For 2 more, reaching all the way back. Inhale, reaching forward, look for length. 1 more time, reaching back, trying to increase that depth a little bit more. Coming all the way to the front. When you're ready, we're going to take that arm, lift it all the way up to the ceiling. Looking for length through your fingertips, expanding through that chest. Remembering to breathe. Exhale, wrapping it all the way through, threading the needle. Should feel a nice stretch through your shoulder, your lower back. Might walk your fingertips a little bit further if you're looking to increase that stretch. One more deep breath in. Before bringing ourselves all the way up, finding that tabletop position, kicking that left leg out, straightening that right leg beside of us. Feel free to lift your arm all the way up or bring your hand to your hip, whatever feels comfortable to you. Raising that right leg, pointing our toe, kicking in front, flexing that foot, kicking back. Engaging our right glute now, pushing through the heel of your right palm. Feel free to use those blocks for support or take this all the way down to your forearm. Slow and in control. For 2 more, all the way in front, engaging that core. Last one, kicking in front, bringing it behind us, lifting that right arm all the way overhead, coming in elbow to knee, engaging that core. Lifting through your glute. For 3 more. 2. And 1 more. Kicking that leg all the way up, coming into 6 baby pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lowering that leg all the way back down, coming onto both knees. Reaching our left arm overhead, right hand back, finding that half camel pose. Feel free to use that block to prop you up here. Slowly looking for length through your left fingertips. On every inhale, deepening that stretch through your left side body. On every exhale. One more deep breath in. Exhale, coming all the way back up, finding our tabletop position. Since we did bird dogs on one side, we have to do them on the other. Feel free to bring that block under your right hand, another block under your left knee. Feel free to not use the blocks at all if that's more comfortable. You're going to kick your left hand out, right leg back, bringing your elbow to knee on your exhale, crunching your stomach. Pushing through the heel of your right palm, slow and in control. Lifting through that right glute. Trying to stay straight. Tips of your finger, top of your head, tailbone to toe. Should all make a straight line as you lift. Remembering to breathe. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. For 2 more, lift, lower. Last one. And squeezing your stomach as hard as you can. Lowering all the way back down. Feel free to kick those blocks out of the way. Going straight into those Pilates push-ups. One last time. Kick that right leg back. Pushing through the heels of your palm. Lower down. Inhale and exhale, using that breath to push you up. Inhale, lower. Should feel it in your triceps. Exhale, push up. Wrists should be directly under your shoulders. For 2 more. Last one. Pushing yourself all the way back up, bending that knee, coming into that scorpion pose for 8 baby pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Lowering that knee all the way back down, pushing back into that child's pose. Letting yourself take a deep breath here. Feel free to walk to the sides or lifting those palms to the back of your shoulders. wherever you're at, just make sure you're breathing here. For one more deep breath in. Exhale, lowering down, pushing yourself up, finding that tabletop position. Curling your toes directly underneath of you, pushing through the heels of your palms. We're going to rise all the way up into that downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet, waking up the backs of your legs. Deep breaths in. Exhale, lifting that left foot up, pointing toes to ceiling. Feel free to stay here or bend that knee, tilting your hips to the side. Shoulders should still be parallel to the floor beneath of you. Holding here for one deep breath in. Exhale, bringing your knee to your chest, stepping through your hands. As you come up, finding a high lunge. Slowly letting your hips sink further to the floor. Deep breath in. So we would get ready for the leg portion of today's workout. This next flow can get kind of tricky, so remember to take breaks or pauses as you need. When you're ready on that exhale, you're going to lower your knee slowly down and exhale, kicking up, pushing through your left foot, finding that warrior 3. Lowering back down to the ground, pulse that lunge, kick up, lowering back down to that lunge. Feel free to take both blocks here, place them in front of you if you're looking for more support, kicking up like that as you work toward improving your balance. As long as you're activating your left glute, lifting through your right, staying strong through your core. For 2 more. Last one, lower down, kick back up. Wouldn't be a leg day if we didn't have pulses. We're gonna come in for 6 baby pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lowering all the way down to that knee. Whew, that was nice. Okay. Feel free to walk that foot to the outside of the mat, lowering your right hand down, pushing that left knee out. I need to get stickers that say L and R. Deep breaths in. Feel free to add a little bit of flow, straighten your leg, and pushing it back forward. If you're looking to increase the mobility of your hips just a little bit more. One more deep breath in. Exhale, coming all the way back up. We're going to add one more little flow, but I promise it's not that bad. Lifting your arms up, bringing your fingertips to temple, not behind your head. You don't want to pull yourself forward like that. What you're going to do here, and I'll do this slowly, you're going to bring opposite elbow to opposite ankle, expanding through those hips. Exhale, lifting back up to center, reaching your arm behind you. Coming back. Hands to temple. This is a good exercise for your pelvic floor and opening through your hips. Might not feel like it right now, but I promise will in a week. Also great for working on balance, using your glutes for support, squeezing through your core for balance. One more. Bring your hands all the way down to the ground, kicking that left foot back, curling your toes underneath of you. Go ahead and push yourself up, finding that downward dog. Deep breath in. Bring that right foot all the way up, pointing those toes. Three-legged dog. Feel free to bend your knee here, tilt your hips to the right wall, still pushing through the heels of your palms, shoulders parallel to the ground. One more deep breath in. Exhale, knee to chest, stepping between your hands, coming all the way up to a high lunge, letting your hips sink further to the floor. Knee should be stacked over ankle, pushing through your right glute. We're going to do everybody's favorite again. I know how much you guys liked it, so I'm going to slowly lower down, pulse that knee. Feel free to kick up. Warrior 3. You might find that one side has better balance than the other, like me. Before I fall over, I'm going to use the blocks. Inhale, lower. Exhale, use your breath to come all the way back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Slow and in control. Still pushing through that right glute. For one more. Coming all the way back into that lunge. Taking those 6 baby pulses for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lowering all the way down to that back knee. Taking that break. Go ahead and walk your foot to the outside of your mat, using a block if that feels comfortable, pushing that knee out. Remembering to breathe. Option to add that flow here if you want to straighten and bend to help increase that depth. One more deep breath in. Exhale, sending that knee forward, stacking your ankle directly underneath. Bring your palms, fingertips to your temples, and do that flow one more time. Sending opposite elbow, opposite ankle. Lifting back up, pushing through that right glute. Opposite arm back. Fingertips to temple. Opposite elbow, opposite ankle. Lifting all the way up, reaching that arm back. Expanding through the hips, lifting through the core, and pushing through the glute. Doing this for one more, reaching back. Feel free to place both hands directly on the ground. Step your left foot coming into that yogi squat. Feel free to put that block underneath of you as well. If you're having trouble here, slowly work towards lifting off. If you don't have a block, feel free to fall forward onto your palms. Slowly work towards getting both of those heels on the ground. Feel free to rock here. If you'd like to loosen up your hips just a little bit more. Today was definitely a hip killer, leg killer, upper body killer. Today was killer. But you guys did so good. Now you're almost done, so hoorah. One more deep breath in before falling all the way down onto our glutes. Everybody's favorite part of the day. Go ahead and lay all the way down on your back. Lift that right leg up. Kick it over top of your left thigh, grabbing onto the back of your left hamstring or your right shin. You can also grab on wherever feels comfortable, I guess. Gently pulling that leg closer to you. Option to rock side to side again. Gently loosening those hips. When you're ready, sending those hands to either side of your body, gently letting your hips fall to the left. Finding a nice twist for your lower back. Trying to keep both shoulders still planted onto the ground. When you're ready, we're going to come back up to center, unhooking your right leg from your left, lifting that left leg, hooking it over your right, grabbing onto that hamstring or your shin. Feel free to rock side to side. When you're ready, letting those hands fall to either side again, gently letting your hips drop to the right. Still keeping both shoulders planted on the ground. Coming all the way back to center. Placing the soles of your feet together. Slowly letting those knees drop to either side. Feel free to put blocks underneath to support your hips. If this is comfortable. One hand over your heart. One hand over your stomach. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today. Bring awareness to all four corners of your body. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feel the back of your head pressed into the mat. Rise and fall of your chest, slowly letting yourself sink further and further into the mat. Might take this time to try box breathing. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Letting go of any tension that's built up throughout the day. Setting your intentions for the rest of the day. that brings us to the end of today's class. Feel free and stay and stretch if that feels comfortable. As always, I'm always open to feedback. Feel free to message me or let me know, good, bad, ugly, or otherwise. With that, I will see you all again on Thursday.